What's this?
This is Yu-Gi-Oh! The early days collection.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
What are you, my grandpa?
You got them Yu-Gi-Ohs?
You got them Yu-Gi-Ohs?
I got you some of them Yu-Gi-Oh cards with the Pikachus.
No, that's Pokemon, Grandma.
But they said the Yu-Gi-Ohs.
No.
I don't understand what you kids are into these days. Whatever you do in your own time is between you and God.
God damn, whatever. It's fine. We're playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
So we're amongst all these games, we're gonna pick the card game, right?
No.
What?
Why would I do that?
Dice? What? Dungeon Dice Monsters?
We're gonna play Yu-Gi-Oh.
But that's not Yu-Gi-Oh.
Dice Monsters.
Well, Yu-Gi-Oh has got the cards. The show's about the cards. It's the heart of the cards, not the heart of the dice.
But you gotta believe in your dice, just like you believe in your cards.
No, I'll just take the cards. I don't want anything to do with the dice.
Well, too bad.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
We're playing it in Dungeon Dice Monsters.
This is a GBA game.
There it is.
That's just a fucking real photo that they digitized into a GBA. Oh!
There it is.
That looks good. That's pretty good. Shadow.
Oh, that's Strike Ninja. Oh, that's Duke Devlin. That's Orgoth the Relentless.
This intro is crazy for a GBA game.
Obviously, that's Kaiba. His blue eyes.
Fucking blue eyes. Who's back?
Yugi and his Dark Magician.
Dark Magician. I like a Dark Magician. He looks very sinister in that shot. Jeez.
That's Thunderball. That's Mighty Mage. That's Blast Lizard.
DDM.
This is some DDM, that's for sure.
There's a lot happening on the screen right now. What the fuck?
Did you hear that little guitar?
It was tasty as hell. Kazuki Takahai. We naming our guy? Oh, wait, we're just gonna play as the Pharaoh, right?
Well, yeah. Well, no, actually, we're not.
We don't play as the Pharaoh?
No. We're our own character, so.
But it's the Yu-Gi-Ohs. He's the man's on the front of the box. We have to play as Yu-Gi.
He's part of the thing, though. I think. Let me see if. Yeah, I think we gotta beat people in order to unlock free duel. So. But yeah. So.
We can go to Grandpa's shop.
Well, we gotta win stuff.
Oh.
So we can actually pay for it.
That's right. You do have to have money to buy cards.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't just walk into the shop and be like, "Hey, Gramps, can I get a card?"
Can I just get some dice? I'm good for it.
Yeah. So like, yeah. Yeah, so this is Yu-Gi-Oh, but this is not Yu-Gi-Oh. So
You've lost me.
If you're not familiar, there was a small batch of episodes. I think it was 3 episodes long. They introduced the character Duke Devlin.
Oh, Devlin.
At the end of season 1.
Uh-huh.
And it was Dungeon Dice Monsters. And Duke Devlin was the creator of Dungeon Dice Monsters, and he was trying to partner up with Pegasus, and he was very pissed off because Yugi beat Pegasus, and because of that, Pegasus went into this big depression state or whatever, and he wasn't returning any of Devlin's calls, so he thought he lost his one chance to make it rich by creating this great game. So he opened up a card, or basically a card shop that rivaled Yugi's grandpa down the street. That was a big great thing or whatever. And basically after Joey lost to Duke Devlin in a duel, forced Yugi to play him, and if he lost, he had to quit dueling forever.
Yeah.
Now
Everybody caught up?
everybody caught up now.
Good.
Dungeon Dice Monsters, the game, it uses Yu-Gi-Oh monsters themselves, but instead it's dice instead. So the way that you attack, you defend, everything like that, it's all based on your dice rolls. So you can build them up. And as long as you have enough, you can attack, you can move, you can do all this kind of stuff. So it's kind of like, it is really cool once we get into it.
Okay.
You know, I played this a lot as a kid, so.
I've always I've seen the box art, and I was always confused by it. I never played it.
So you can see some familiar faces. There's Yugi. There's Taya. Tristan's there.
Where'd you see? Oh, I see Tristan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, see, Tristan won. Great.
Good
Awesome.
for Tristan. Good for
Good.
him.
Yugi won.
Of course, Yugi won.
Oh, yeah, he's Yugi. He has plot armor.
Taya won. Good for her.
And now I'm playing Melody. So, a meek and quiet girl and one of Yugi's classmates. She is affectionately known as Ribbon for her trademark bows. Hello. I actually, I only started playing this game recently.
You and the rest of the world.
Oh, but please don't hold anything back.
No, I won't.
Okay.
Gonna wipe the floor with you.
So, you play on a board.
What the fuck
like
are these
this.
things?
That's basically your, that's you. Those are you on the board.
Me?
So, unlike Yu-Gi-Oh, where you have life points, you have hearts in Dungeon Dice Monsters. You have 3 hearts. If you get attacked 3 times, you personally, you get attacked 3 times. I also don't mean personal attacks like bad YouTube comments or...
I'm gonna send you some shit in the DMs.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing like that. If you get attacked by a monster in this game, you lose a heart. You lose all 3 hearts, you lose.
Okay.
That's kind of the gist. See on the left, there's movement at the top, attack, defense, magic, trap.
Okay.
Those are all different crests. In order to move, you have to use movement crests. In order to attack, you have to use attack crests. In order to defend, you use defense crests.
Okay.
In order to use special abilities, you use magic crests. In order to use other special abilities that, are used for traps, that's trap crests.
Okay.
How do I summon monsters? Well,
How do you summon monsters?
You have to make sure that you roll out of the 3 dice you're going to roll. You have to make sure that there are 2 of the dice that match in crest level, and they're both monster crests.
Okay.
Of course. So, for instance, I'm going to try to get out...
Giant flea.
Why not? Baby dragon, giant flea, and then... There's a twin-headed dragon.
That's pretty
good. So those
good.
are all level 1s. Great. So I got an attack crest, and then now I can either summon giant flea, or I can summon twin-headed dragon. I'm going to summon twin-headed dragon.
Yes, as you should.
Okay. Now, you can place your monster out on the field. When you do that, you get a piece of the board added.
Mm-hmm.
Your goal is to create a dungeon path, essentially, to your opponent, so that way you can attack them.
Okay.
And take out their hearts.
Okay.
Oh, that was not the right button.
Who's got the button?
So you can flip them around like this.
By the way, I don't want religion in my video games.
What do you mean?
You're making quite the symbol there. Oh. Master Chief, going blanky mode.
And now we dimension the dice, and that reveals the monster.
That's pretty fun.
And now, when I summon it, when I dimension the dice, this specific one adds a specific crest to our own crest pool. So we're getting 1 trap crest added.
Okay.
So I had a nice little special ability. Now, can't move.
You could attack.
What am I going to attack? So we're going to end our turn. That's it.
But that's calm turn.
Yep. So now it's their turn. So they got 7. They got 7 movement crests. They're in a better shape than us to move.
They're really gonna haul ass.
That's okay, because now we're gonna keep trying to get out monsters here.
Karibo, the little fuzzy dude.
There we go. Take Karibo.
Karibus.
There's a way. Oh, yeah, that's right.
You can rewind.
There's a rewind button on this. I'm trying to remember how. There it is. Start.
Oh, you can change the shapes. Okay.
Yeah, you can change the shape of it. There we go. I'll do this Perfect.
Huh. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, the basic idea is that you create your dungeon path, you try to get it to them, and then you can use their dungeon path too. So
okay.
Your goal is you just want to be able to get to that
Beaver warrior
and then attack.
and
So.
get rid of that beaver warrior.
Well, yeah, we're
Get
gonna
that
get
filth off the board. Tree dice. Do the colors mean anything?
basically it's like rarity and stuff.
Okay.
That's about it. Yeah. Now, I mean, I remember this, but they really, because before Yu-Gi-Oh, so that's an item chest right there. So that's kind of a special one. So there's something special that's hiding in there, so it's something really good. Before Yu-Gi-Oh became the card game that everybody knows about, there's a reason why he was known as the king of games and not just the king of Yu-Gi-Oh or Duel Monsters or whatever. That's because Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't originally a card game. It was Yu-Gi-Oh was meant to be any kind of game.
Yeah.
Any kind of board game, card game, whatever.
Board game, Russian roulette.
Exactly. Didn't matter. Any kind of game. And
There's one where he sets a motherfucker on fire.
right. It's great.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh used to be really dark.
Really dark. I mean, in some places it still is.
It still is, but you don't got the Pharaoh going out actually trying to kill people.
Right. Yeah. He doesn't do that. Although, I mean, they kind of returned to dark roots in season 4 a little bit. They got a little crazy during that time, but so this was kind of, they were trying to take advantage still because the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh still had it ingrained in him that, you know, he wanted to do this, like, you know, the all games thing, that kind of stuff. But the card game just took off so much.
Yeah, people love the card game.
So, like, they're just like, well, we're going to lean into it, and we're just going to roll with it.
I think the anime had a lot to do with that, too.
Yeah, I mean, it was mostly the anime that had something to do with that.
Yeah, because the first one really, like, the card game really only happens in, like, one episode.
Yeah.
And it's him going up against Kaiba. It's basically, like, shot for shot, the exact same as the Kaiba episode in standard Yu-Gi-Oh that we know.
So,
the card designs used to look really weird, too.
Oh, yeah.
They were, like, purple and pink and stuff.
Yeah, they were wild. So they were still trying to, like, come up with something where there could be, like, you know, other kinds of games and that kind of stuff. So Dungeon Dice Monsters, when that episode came out, they also released, in actuality, a line of Dungeon Dice Monsters figures and boards and stuff like that as well. Mm-hmm. I had those as a kid, of course.
Yeah, I never had those, just the cards.
Now, because it was a one-time thing and that's it, because Dungeon Dice Monsters didn't pop off like they were hoping it would.
Yeah.
With all the figures and stuff, now they're kind of expensive to get, but
I bet.
We gotta go Mystic Horseman.
You're about to connect.
Let's see. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I'm gonna do this one.
Is there any merit to connecting them now, or is there any benefit to continuing to build up the board as much as possible?
I mean, basically, as long as you can get to your opponent, you just want to get to your opponent as quick as possible. That's the main thing. So,
but couldn't you just connect the paths together and just use his path to get to the guy?
Yeah, I can, but I want to make sure, because I don't have that much movement crest right now.
Oh, okay.
So I can't really get there.
So the movement crest you can only use once you've built the board out and you're moving the characters around.
I mean, you can use them whenever. It's just like, because I can't really go anywhere, I kind of want to build that up right now.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and I had this game as a kid because of course, I was a kid. I was like, "Oh man, this thing's gonna really take off or whatever." So I wanted to have everything, and I played the shit out of it and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, of course it didn't. But yeah, this was I played a lot of this.
You ever make anything other than the dice game and the card game? Wasn't one of them a board game?
There's Destiny Board Traveler that's on this collection, and then I think there was another one too. In the GX realm, that was a board one.
Huh.
And then trying to think though. In terms of the anime though, the Dungeon Dice Monsters like spin-off thing.
Yeah.
And there was the capsule monsters.
Oh yeah.
They did that as well. That was in the anime too. And there was the PS2 game for that. Oh thank God! Finally. Okay.
I only ever played Duelist of the Roses on the PS2. I forget that there's another one.
Yeah, I never played that one on a.
Oh, but yeah, it's the cards. Oh, this is wild.
Got him.
Well, that was cool. Damn, he fucking blew up.
Yep.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Neat little animation they got going on there.
Doo-doo.
So you can only roll out more monsters when you build another board or another stage.
Yeah, you got to dimension the dice if you want to get another monster.
Okay.
But otherwise, I mean, we've connected the boards now, so
Might as well just start attacking.
yeah, I might as well. And I just want to build up my movement crest at this point, so I can actually get there. So
Oh, I see. Okay. So you have to have an attack crest in order to attack?
yeah, and they need a guard crest in order to guard. So if they don't guard, then they're just taking whatever damage I give them.
Yeah.
So, and each heart for a monster is worth 10.
Okay.
So 2 hearts is 20 health. So.
Ooh, blue one. Oh, he's building. And you can steal the chest too, I assume?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Huh. It probably would have benefited him to keep that closer to base.
Yeah. And the early CPU is not smart, so.
Does this game have a lot of RNG bullshit like Forbidden Kingdom and all that one?
Oh,
Or-
yeah. Not as much. This one's a bit more controlled.
Okay, that's good.
It's not as ridiculous as that one. Nothing's as ridiculous as that one.
Yeah. Huh. So what's the magic stuff do? Can you like...
For
what-
certain monsters have like special abilities to them and stuff.
Is it different from the attack? Like you can attack farther?
Yeah. So like certain monsters will using a magic crest will allow you to attack further away. Like I think Blast Lizard is somebody that does that.
Okay.
Certain monsters, if they're really high level or something like that, they might have something really powerful. Like
Okay.
They can just warp somewhere or something like that. Or
In the trap one, I assume you can just lay a trap down on one of the blocks, and if they pass over it, they get hit.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, pretty much. It's like I think the trap one is also like something you can activate if they're like trying to attack you or something like that as well. Or-
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a little different because the kind of everything is tied to your monsters, and in terms of all these crests here, it's all tied to the monsters,
Yeah.
pretty much. So it's just whatever skills that they have.
We played. Did we play Forbidden Memories? I don't know if those episodes ever came out.
The episodes never came out.
Huh. I forgot we played that. Yeah, that game's rough.
It is.
I remember we didn't make it very far.
No, but I'm playing it on my Twitch channel right now. So
Yeah, you got the fucking the useless guide sitting
yeah.
right out and pretty on your desk.
Hell yeah.
Which I mean, that system that game's got some weirdness with how the cards work and all that. So it's probably not the worst thing to have. I could never wrap my head around the symbols and stuff. It's just not Yu-Gi-Oh to me. Wait. Oh, that's you. Okay. Oh, he got really close to your guy. He attacked you, didn't he?
Yeah.
These cardboarders are weird.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, he got his ass. Oh,
Nope,
he
They
defended.
guarded.
Slick bastard. No way. Karibo's in the case. Unless he guards again. Oh,
Can't.
he can't do it.
He doesn't have another crest.
Oh, that Karibo is adorable. Look at him.
Look at him. He's right here.
Puppies! I like this like pseudo 3D animation they got going on here.
Mm-hmm.
It looks neat. Done.
Goodbye, red archery girl.
He's dead. At least your guys are defending. You're posted up around your dude.
Yeah. So now...
When you attack the dudes, your guy's level 2 now. Was he always that way, or is that just because you won a battle?
What's that?
Your guy's level 2 now. Is that because you won the battle?
No. Mystic Horseman is a level 2 monster.
Okay,
Yeah. So...
I didn't know if that was the same from the cards, or if that was like a special thing for dice monsters.
Yeah, no, they just... all their levels are specific to whatever dice they have, so...
So if you have like a level 5 monster, can you just pull that whenever? Or do you have to do something special to summon it?
You still got to do this stuff. You'd have to match up 2 level 5s.
I see.
So the lower the number, the easier they are to roll because there are going to be more sides that have the 1 on it.
I see. Okay.
The higher the number, then it's more hard. So
that makes sense. So that is pretty similar to the card game then. You still have to get a higher number to pull out your best stuff.
I've been on a real Yu-Gi-Oh kick recently.
Yeah, you played a few of them on the channel. You played the Sacred Cards too?
Yeah, Sacred Cards. And I've been rewatching the original because there's a whole channel that just plays Yu-Gi-Oh 24/7. So I've just been watching that a lot and stuff. It's been fun to go back.
Are they just showing original Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah,
the first one from the series.
Yeah, so they're showing the entire seasons, 1 through 5 of the original show. So
they're not dealing with like GX or any of those other things.
If you go to the actual YouTube channel, the Yu-Gi-Oh YouTube channel, they will show like some episodes of all the different Yu-Gi-Ohs that have been out and stuff.
Yeah, they have like full episodes on the Yu-Gi-Oh YouTube channel.
Yeah, but there's also like weird like 3-minute commercial breaks that they'll do and stuff. It's like, we'll be right back. And I'm like, no, I just would rather just keep watching. So the other channel I watch, it just runs it, keep going.
Huh.
No matter, no real stop. It just keeps playing episode after episode with no breaks, which is nice. So I just watched that one, which is just original Yu-Gi-Oh. So
that's pretty cool. I haven't watched. I've only ever seen like the original Yu-Gi-Oh, a little bit of GX, and the 5Ds.
Okay.
You're the one that introduced me to 5Ds, and it's like the rawest shit ever.
Yeah, it is. It's so good. I have
like memory ingrained in the back of my mind when it was the night that you and I were working together at the store.
Yeah.
And for some reason, because nobody ever fucking told us, because usually they would just pull shit and they wouldn't tell you anything, but they were getting the store cleaned. It was like right after close, and we had to stay there because we didn't know they were going to be there. And like, well, can you stay there? So then you and I were like sitting on like the countertops and stuff, and we were just watching Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds while they cleaned the fucking store.
Yep.
That was a fun night.
Oh, that was a good night. It's a really good show.
Yeah, it's very good. It's like dark one too. They have like a really interesting story where there's like criminals. There's like a criminal underbelly, and like they have to like duel up and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The main protagonist is a criminal, and they're driving bikes and stuff while they're dueling.
Yep. Stealing this, and you know, one of the episodes is they literally get thrown in jail, and then they have to duel against the warden, and then they're planning a prison break that night. So the duel with the warden is just a distraction to get this escape plan to go and stuff like that.
It's a cool show.
Crazy. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's like, this is a kid show.
Yeah, it's a kid show, and they're doing this shit.
Hey, he got his ass.
Done. And I want to count the Guardian, so.
Celtic Guardian. At least it doesn't have you watch the other battles. Oh. Hey, against Taya.
Vivacious and kind-hearted girl who dreams of becoming a dancer.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
She's a childhood friend of Yugi Moto.
It's the only notable thing about her.
Don't patronize me. I trained hard one-on-one for today with Yugi and the other Yugi.
The Pharaoh.
The Pharaoh.
Pumpkin.
Who's Pumpkin? I just wanna see.
Mushroom Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
doing a mushroom dance.
Putting the Celtic Guardian in.
Hell yeah. You love to see a good Celtic Guardian.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But
Die Master.
Going back and rewatching some of the original show and stuff is so funny to me. I was watching a YouTube video about was doing like a Yu-Gi-Oh quiz or something like that.
Yeah.
And they were talking about some of the weird censorship that they did.
Oh, it was a lot, yeah.
Which I knew about for quite a while, of course, but
I just know of a lot of the art for the cards got changed to something a little bit more tame.
So the big thing is like for the show in particular. So I think the most infamous thing that everybody remembers from the first season that they dubbed out was the guns.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of there being guns, it's just these guys doing the finger guns at people and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bandy Keith did that to Pegasus. Two brutes were doing that to Kaiba when he was trying to save Mokuba. It's so bad. It's so stupid. But then there's like other censorship that 4Kids did that honestly is like worse.
4Kids definitely ruined a lot of shows. They definitely were notorious for taking a lot of anime and watering it down or making questionable choices.
And that's kind of what they did for instance, in Battle City, there's a Battle City tournament. They're on the blimp. Mai is dueling Merrick.
Mm-hmm.
Mai loses the duel. Spoiler alert. Mai loses the duel to Merrick, and then of course Merrick banishes her to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
In the actual show, the original Japanese show, what actually happens is that when she goes to the Shadow Realm, she gets eaten alive by bugs.
Huh.
In the 4Kids dub that I'm used to watching, what actually happens is she is trapped in an hourglass that has sand running down it.
I remember this. Yeah.
And she's trapped inside of an hourglass, just waiting for the sand to basically bury her alive.
Yeah.
But on the outside, she's watching her friends have fun and forget about her.
I remember that now. Yeah.
What's worse? Like, would you rather be alive but watch your friends forget about you and have fun without you while you rot away in this sand prison? Or just get eaten alive by bugs?
Yeah, both are pretty rough.
So, yeah. It's just like, wow.
Yeah, very, very crazy.
It's like, that's better? Like, that's how you that's your idea of making it better for the kids? That kind of, I'm trying to think of it. There's another one. They talked about, let me do a movement. Let me get some movement going here. There we go. Oh, that's good. Nice. What was the other one? If you have some, for anybody that watches this, might be a Yu-Gi-Oh fan or whatever. Do you have any like weird dubbed things that they changed from Japanese to English that is like a questionable change that doesn't really make sense? Let me know in the comments down below. Obviously, there's like the biggest thing is what do they change? They didn't want to talk about death with kids or whatever, so that's why they changed it to the Shadow Realm.
Oh, here we go.
And how they their soul just goes to another place or whatever instead of
changing Pegasus drinking grape juice instead of wine.
Yep, there's that. Yep. Trying to think. There's when Yugi is dueling Arcana down in this basement, instead they didn't want to have, because the actual duel is whoever loses the duel gets their ankles chopped off by saw blade.
Yeah.
but they changed that by just putting like a weird like purplish hue over the blades or whatever, and they called it a some sort of like shadow disc or something like that. And whoever loses the duel, once that disc touches your ankle or whatever, your soul goes to the shadow realm, or whatever. Instead.
Yeah. Apparently, they cut out Yugi's mom.
Yeah, they did. They did cut out Yugi's mom from.
Why?
There's one frame that you actually see Yugi's mom in the original show. One frame.
Yeah.
She's like in the background. She walks by like his room or something like that.
Weird.
Yeah, not really sure why they cut her out, but ooh, nice.
Yeah, that's so strange why they would cut her out of the show.
Yeah, I'll do this.
Altering Pentacles. Magic is a very large portion of Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card games lore, and this is reflected within the 4Kids anime dub as well, harkening back to the days of ancient Egypt. Pharaohs and the most trusted protectors would often partake in shadow games that allowed them to conjure monsters from stone tablets and use magic to battle each other. As expected, this is reflected in the design of many cards, such as Dark Magician Girl, originally Black Magician Girl, and Exodia the Forbidden One. Dark Magician Girl originally sported a pentacle at the center of her top, and this was removed to avoid illusions of the occult.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, so it's a lot of occult imagery they got rid of.
Yeah. But then there's also, they've done like other questionable things too, like there's the infamous Joey versus Yugi duel where Merrick is mind controlling Joey, and they duel at a pier, and they have their ankles strapped to an anchor.
Yeah.
And whoever loses the duel, whoever loses the duel doesn't get the key that's in a box that unlocks when they win the duel, and they get dragged down to the bottom of the ocean. And if anybody interferes, Taya is strapped to a chair that a rare hunter will just push a button and drop a giant metal crate on her head and crush her.
Yeah. Goofy.
Like, wow. It's crazy. Like real stakes. Here's one.
The Shadow Realm, yeah.
Here was one that was actually worse. In the original show, there was the double duel with Loomis and Umbra and Yugi and Kaiba at the top.
Yeah.
Of a skyscraper or whatever, and they duel on a glass floor, and whoever loses, the glass explodes and they fall all the way down.
Oh, sure.
In the original show, obviously Yugi and Kaiba won. Spoiler alert.
Sure.
But the glass explodes, but they have the Loomis and Umbra, they have parachutes. They take parachutes.
Yeah.
So actually they actually save themselves, but they get like stuck on like some sort of like hook or something like that.
Yeah.
Up above or whatever, but they're fine. But they didn't want the threat of somebody falling through their death to be a thing in the 4Kids dub. So what they did was they said that underneath this floor, when it explodes, you're actually going to go through a portal that's going to send your soul
the Shadow Realm
to the Shadow Realm. Well, when they did that in the dub, they still left in the parachute. So the thought is that when the guy died, he fell through, he launched the parachute, he went through, and then you see his body just go limp. So he's just a corpse.
Huh. Interesting.
So it's like, what? How is this better?
Huh. Oh, interesting. Apparently, Merrick's deck was altered.
Yeah, it makes sense.
One of the most problematic characters for the dub was Merrick. When he finally started dueling during the Battle City arc, it was revealed that his deck was made up of monsters that were based around the concept of torture.
Which, yeah.
This wouldn't be much of an issue if they were just playing a regular version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. Merrick, however, can turn any match into a Shadow Duel with the power of his Millennium item. Shadow Duel forces the player to endure the suffering of their monsters. This is especially difficult for players who do not possess supernatural abilities that can help them maintain their sanity under such extreme circumstances. When Merrick battles My Valentine during the final part of the Battle City tournament, he turns their match into a Shadow Duel. In the original version of the show, Mai was shown being tortured by the effects of Merrick's monsters. Once she loses the duel, Mai's mind is trapped within an hourglass. Merrick tells her that once the sand runs out, she will die. In the English dub of these episodes, the Shadow Duel affects Mai's memories. The torture scenes are replaced with Mai seemingly forgetting who everyone is.
Yep.
Yeah, so essentially when the hourglass runs out, she'll lose all of her memories.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The original scenes of Mai's torture were especially brutal. While a lot of the censorships to Yu-Gi-Oh! Made seemed frivolous, they were necessary for getting the show on air. Huh.
It's just like, why? There were just certain things that, they did that it's just like, and at least the way that they went about it, it's like, okay, really?
Yeah, they did that for like all of the shows that they did too. I mean, yeah, the 4Kids gets a lot of shit, and probably rightfully so in a lot of ways for ruining a lot of things. That was how I experienced One Piece for the first time, was on 4Kids, and outside of the banger theme song, that's about all I remember for it. The rest of it is kind of rough. I don't remember much from it, but I mean, they even censored like Sonic X and Ultimate Muscle, and
it's just crazy,
and all that stuff too. Like one of the edits that I remember was like, they don't show like Maria getting shot, and the Japanese version of Sonic X, they used to swear and stuff like that, or he deleted Rouge the Bat's chest, and all these other things. Yeah, they changed a lot of stuff for their shows, pretty shamelessly too.
Yeah, I guess the big thing is like, it's just when you really analyze and go back onto the things that they did to like supposedly make it child safe or whatever.
Yeah,
like it didn't make it child safe. Like in some cases it made it worse.
It did. Some of it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, why would he be pointing fingers at Kaiba instead of the guns? That doesn't make sense at all.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
Oh, he gave himself a little heal.
A little attack boost, actually. Ooh.
Oh, he's cooked.
Yeah. Bye, Karibo.
Bye.
Sorry.
Well, he didn't deserve that. Poor little fluff ball. Yeah, there's really other TV networks that really went that far. Like, even Toonami in some cases, they would just kind of air stuff in their original fashion. Some of them. It depends on the time of the day when you'd watch the show. But there would be some time, like that's how I watched Bebop the first time, was on Toonami, because once 12 o'clock hit, then they started playing the unedited versions of Dragon Ball Z or Bebop and stuff like that. They had like different versions of Toonami. There was the kids one, and then it transitioned to the adults one on certain hours of the day. Usually it was on Saturday nights they would do that.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. I think that's usually where I saw those.
Yeah, or they would even do stuff like, they would show like music videos for like the Gorillaz or stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But then there would be like times where they would edit shows. Like the original time they showed Dragon Ball Z was an edited version for kids, just to bring it over with the dub. And Naruto was edited, and a few other shows were edited. Mm-hmm. So they would kind of pick and choose when they were going to show the original versions or when they were just going to show censored versions of it.
Interesting.
But generally, they wouldn't touch it too much. Yeah, they were pretty good about that stuff.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
it's kind of how I experienced my first like unedited, anime is through Toonami.
Oh yeah.
Night, so
that was how I discovered it.
Like Full Metal Alchemist and stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. That was the first time I watched Full Metal 2. Was on Toonami.
Yep.
Yeah, it was my first time watching Dragon Ball, and all that was on Toonami in the early 2000s. Really, anime in general, that was my my introduction to it was Toonami.
Yeah, because I remember watching Dragon Ball Z and, them showing the blood and everything like that, too, back in the day and stuff. So it was like, oh, man, this is sick.
Yeah.
So me and my brother were always big into that. My brother was really big into Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, as you should be.
But, it was it's a good time. It was just a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really watch TV much anymore. So when I watch anime, it's usually on streaming services and stuff. But there is something to going on being up late at night and just watching like random Japanese cartoons. And as I was introduced to things like Sailor Moon and a weird shit like Bobobo, or they would do like they used to, that was how I was introduced to Gundam, because they would show Gundam Wing. That was my introduction to that. They used to do every so often they would do like themes, and that one was like giant robots. So they would show like the Big O, or they would show Gundam or Voltron or all that stuff as like as a theme. Yeah, I miss those things.
In there. We're almost at the championship.
Yeah, you're getting close. You're making good progress on this thing.
This is kind of the easy one, so it's not like,
yeah. So is there a story to this game, or are you just battling and just getting better monsters? You're just doing
you're just doing different tournaments.
Okay.
Yeah, the idea of this game is like, if you're thinking, is there a story to it or whatever, the idea is that Duke Devlin's like empire took off or whatever, and now he's running tournaments all around, and it's...
Yeah, I don't know if this game had like a plot to it, or if it was like the championship series where it's like you're just dueling constantly and just getting better stuff.
That.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Did they ever do a consoleized Dice Monsters, or is it just handheld?
Yeah, it was just handheld.
Yeah.
Yep, that's how I experienced it as a kid, so...
Yeah, I didn't play a lot. I own most of the GBA ones, but I only ever played the championship ones when I was younger, and mostly played like the consoleized Yu-Gi-Oh games, like Falsebound Kingdom and Duelist of the Roses.
Okay, yeah.
Which are weird fucking games.
My childhood.
Yeah, because fucking Falsebound Kingdom is just ogre battles.
Yeah.
Duelist of Roses is like some weird grid-based thing where you're moving your monsters around and trying to do battles.
Yep.
It's very strange. Had weirdly good soundtracks though.
You did.
I did like it, especially Falsebound Kingdom. I don't think I ever got far in Falsebound.
I've beaten that game multiple times.
Have you?
Yep,
okay.
all the way through. All campaigns, everything.
That was a game I rented a lot. Was Falsebound.
I was too much of a Yu-Gi-Oh nerd that I had. If there was a game that I saw, I was like, it went on my Christmas list, my birthday list. Like, I tried to, and obviously I still miss some because they were pumping them out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was. When it came to Yu-Gi-Oh, I didn't want to miss out on anything, so I was always on the list.
Yeah, I never realized when I was younger how many Yu-Gi-Oh games there were. Because Yu-Gi-Oh was always like I knew a couple people that were playing it, but like the majority of the people that were surrounded me were always playing Pokemon.
Right.
Collecting the cards and playing the game. So occasionally you get like maybe one or two people that were into the card game, and I certainly enjoyed it a lot when I was younger, but you just never really had a lot of people that were really talking about it or playing that stuff.
Yeah.
Most of them were probably familiar with the show, but they never explored it outside of watching an occasional episode when it was on TV. It was always weird. I was go back to like my mom was against us experiencing Pokemon, and I have to imagine, I never really asked her about it, but I have to imagine because this was during like when Pokemon was like first out, and like it was the fever pitch of everybody getting crazy excited for it, and I think she probably heard from somebody at work that, it was about animal abuse and some stuff like that, whatever it was. But she was like just adamant. It's like, no, you are never going to watch Pokemon or like play the games or anything like that. I never did quite get it like a direct answer as to why. But Yu-Gi-Oh she had no problems with. And I always
Wild.
found it weird too, because like Yu-Gi-Oh is the one that has like the cultish,
Yep.
mystical, like demons, heaven and hell shit. But like, and I think it's mainly just because like the people that are around her didn't know shit about Yu-Gi-Oh because it was like
Right.
the less popular of the two.
Yeah.
But Pokemon, she did hear about. Eventually, we sat her down in front of like we made her watch an episode of Pokemon. She's like, okay, this is not that bad.
Yeah.
But that was just one of those things.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was so like taken aback, but I wasn't gonna tell her otherwise because like I didn't want her to say I couldn't play Yu-Gi-Oh or anything like that.
Right. Yeah.
So I had a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I wasn't allowed, which is probably a blessing because I really didn't want to get into the Pokemon cards or anything like that. But I did get the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, so I had a decent amount of those. I just didn't have many people to play them with because again, not many people knew much about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Right. Yeah. I had a small group of people to play with when I was growing up. So, there's Exploding Disc.
Oh, it's a trap.
Yep.
It was smart to put that right in front of them too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm glad I went with my smaller monster for that. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just need movement.
Yeah, I think I would have definitely I played a decent amount of the card game. Most of my experience playing the card game was because of the handheld ones, and playing like the championship series. But I think if I had like when I was younger, like a group of people that were really dedicated to playing the game, I probably would have played the card game a lot more.
Sure.
But my only experience was just playing. I did eventually play when I went to middle school, or high school. We had like a friend or two that would play the card game, so I got to do that at lunchtime. But
Yep. Yeah, I played 6th grade is when when Yu-Gi-Oh was really taking off. So at lunchtime I would play Yu-Gi-Oh a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, but it was mostly just playing the card games. And I was really bummed that there was never really the Xbox kind of has a Yu-Gi-Oh game. It's a card game, but all the other ones aren't really like a traditional Yu-Gi-Oh game, unless you had the GBA ones.
Right.
I always really wanted, and the GBA kind of has it, but kind of like how Pokemon XD, like Yellow Darkness or Coliseum, they're like these RPG games where you collect the Pokemon, and you do battles. I always wanted one of those, but for Yu-Gi-Oh, to be like just a big open world game where you're buying cards and you're going around like the Duelist City and all that stuff. Little guy.
That's a petite dragon right there.
There's a little guy. Got his ass?
And I got 10. I got 40 health on this guy, so. Still gotta get movement.
And Digimon, for the longest time, I didn't know what the fuck that was. I watched the show,
Yeah.
but I didn't know that there was card games or anything like that for Digimon. I never explored that very far other than the shows. So I was completely out of the loop for that one. And there was Duel Masters. That was another one that came and went very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
It was basically just a Yu-Gi-Oh knockoff.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is way more superior anyways.
Oh, yeah.
God damn. You're gonna have to kill your fucking dragon too if you're gonna keep doing this. Luckily my guy's got plenty of health, so. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I really need more movement.
I never understood the Pokemon trading card game. I never saw the appeal of it.
No?
No. It just seems like a watered down Magic the Gathering.
I can understand that.
Yeah, I don't know. I also just never knew anybody that played the card game.
Yeah.
People would collect the cards, but nobody's ever buying them because they want to play it.
Yeah, that I don't see that much other than kids.
Yeah.
Other than kids.
Yu-Gi-Oh is the only game that I ever saw people not only collecting the cards but actively playing with them.
Yeah.
Other than Magic the Gathering, of course, but.
There we go. This. Well, now I get movement. Great. Yeah, I'm back in dimension. Okay. Great. Goodbye.
I'm sure there's probably like more nuance to Pokemon, but yeah, I don't know. I know there's like a.
But there definitely is. It's just, I don't know, it's pretty. The game can be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I think weirdly enough, like Pokemon has the opposite problem that Yu-Gi-Oh has. Like, not to say that the Yu-Gi-Oh video games are bad, but like the Pokemon video games are far superior to the card game. Mm-hmm. But at least like the Yu-Gi-Oh show and the cards, like that, it's always been about the cards, as where like the game and the show is about throwing balls at the Pokemon and using them in battles, and the card game feels like this weird disconnected thing. It's like, well, we have to have like things that people can collect and sell to people as trading cards.
Right.
It like never seemed like it fit anywhere. It's just this weird collector's thing, where like the games are like far more popular than the actual card game. But Yu-Gi-Oh's got the opposite problem, where the card game is far more popular than the actual video games.
Right. Oh, you bastard. Yep. He's dead.
Oh, death cry.
Woo! Alright, well, I gotta get movement again.
You played a lot of the Digimon video games, I know.
I did.
Did you ever do any of the other Digimon stuff, like the card game or anything like that?
I did have a deck of Digimon cards growing up. Never played it. I'm trying to think. For Digimon, it was mostly the World games on PS1 that I played.
There's that Digimon Rumble game.
Oh yeah, and I did play the fighter as well.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think what else. What else I did? Is there anything else Digimon related I did? Outside I just watched the show, that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
So.
I just felt like they never really knew what they wanted to do with Digimon. Like, the show is obviously really popular, but like, other than the card, like the games are people mostly just talk about like the dungeon crawler ones.
Right. Yeah, I don't think they had a clear definition on what they wanted to do for Digimon as well, which is why you get such a discrepancy on the different games that you can play.
Yeah.
So like World 1 to World 2 to World 3 are like completely different games.
Yeah.
They don't even play the same. Well, they play kind of similar, but
you got like strange things like Cyber Sleuth, which is not like a dungeon.
Cyber Sleuth is so good though.
I heard people really like them. They have that new one's coming out pretty soon.
I can't believe they announced a new one. I'm so excited for Time Stranger. So good.
Is that another turn-based game?
Yeah. It's I mean that's what Cyber Sleuth is. And Hacker's Memory, which was the sequel to it, which is like it's like a story that apparently was happening at the same time that Cyber Sleuth was happening.
Okay.
And that's how. And then this one's supposed to be like a brand new thing or whatever.
Oh, interesting.
Which is great. This Time Stranger one. But yeah, they're 3v3 fighters.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and then like you can have up to 3 Digimon in your party. You can collect more Digimon and stuff, and you have your party. You can digivolve them. You can like DNA digivolve them together, to fuse them together and stuff to make other ones.
Yeah,
and it's like, I don't know. It's really cool. It's a really good game, and like the story is pretty fun to play through as well. And they got good characters, and like I think they realize, at least with Digimon, and I think like some of the newer Digimon shows, like Digimon Ghost Game and stuff, which people really enjoy, they've made it a little bit more, because they realize like they're not going to be able to compete with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, so they're just kind of like, you know what, we're going to do our own thing, and they've kind of raised the like age group. The expected age group for Digimon.
Yeah, because they made them older.
So like, in the show, in the newer shows now, they start swearing. It's a little bit more, it's a little bit more adult themed, if
Yeah.
you will. Same thing with the games as well. Cyber Sleuth and stuff like that. They're meant more for like teenagers and older, because of some of the content that they talk about, and like, you know, they go into some dark places and stuff too, and so, which is, I don't know, for me that's pretty cool. But
That's neat. Good for them.
yeah, so I think they just realized over time, they're like, we can't compete with these guys. We need just to go. But people like Digimon, so let's make it so that way, it's its own thing, and we're not trying to compete with these other things.
Yeah.
So, which, yeah, I think that's a smart move. So.
Getting into the Digimon games always seemed very intimidating to me, because whenever I would look up anything about it and try to figure out what a good starting place was, I would always give very divisive answers.
Yeah.
Of like people like, oh, you should play the Digimon World games. Like, no, they're dog shit. You should play this thing. It's like, nope, actually that one's pretty bad too. You should, like, people can't really like decide on like what is like the good starting place for Digimon games.
Yeah.
And some people really like Cyber Sleuth, and those always seemed like they're fine games to play.
Yeah,
but
those are good.
Yeah, I don't know. They're all just so different from each other.
Yeah, this actually isn't.
And the Digimon World games just seemed like, because I always really liked Chocobo Dungeon.
Okay.
They just seem a lot like that.
Which, yeah, they are. They're kind of similar to that. So.
Yeah, I really like Chocobo's Dungeon. It's a really cool game.
Especially Digimon World 2 is basically Chocobo's Dungeon 2.
Oh, hell yeah. I love that.
Yeah, it's basically, it's very similar in how they play. God. I don't know what I want to do. I'm just going to have my turn.
Yeah, this battle's going a lot longer than the other ones.
He got out some level 3s, which is making it difficult for me to, like, want to go forward, because while I could knock out a heart, I don't really want to. I don't really want to lose another monster and have to, force another one up. So I think I'm gonna try to get a level 3 out.
Fair.
Try to dimension the dice in that little pocket over there, and then kind of go from there. Yeah, let's keep doing that. But hey, there we go.
Pumpkin.
Yeah, we don't want pumpkin.
Yeah, this board's getting a little busy.
Yep. Okay.
So you can still put these down even if they're overlapping?
Not if they're overlapping.
Oh, so you have.
Right.
Okay.
I have to see I gotta see if I can make it fit.
I'm really happy they gave you this overhead view grid on the right side here. It's really, really hard to see from this angle where that's going to fit.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Got it.
Oh, perfect. Pumpkin. The mighty pumpkin.
There we go.
Got his ass.
Now I just gotta get some defensive press. Oh, they ain't even gonna try. Oh, good.
Huh.
All right. I'll just do that.
Yeah, it's going a little easy on you.
Well, it's probably because I have those defensive crests, and his monsters can't get through Pumpkin's defenses. So he's like, I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah.
So I basically conceded.
Huh. I like how the music gets intense when it's about to be over.
It's like, oh, shit's getting real.
Yeah.
Nice. And that's game.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Dead. Win. Meteor Dragon.
That's a good one. Hell yeah.
Director Lucius
Great.
is a member of the press.
Awesome. Well, let's do this one, and then that'll be our taste of this.
Yeah.
But I wanted to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! So
Yeah.
something weird. This is definitely a weird game.
It's definitely a weird one to start with.
Let's see. Let me get rid of one of these. I'll get rid of a slot machine.
See ya.
I want to put it.
Wasn't feeling lucky.
Feeling Meteor and Dragon. I'm not feeling like Bandit Keith, a cheater. So, stuffing his 7 completed under his cuff.
Bastard.
Honestly, he really was a bastard. Like, say whatever you want about like some of the other, but like Bandit Keith, like honestly, it was just a complete sleazeball.
Yeah, the sick American headband though.
He did, but
he's a no good rotten cheater.
Yeah.
Comturn. Comp USA. Compass.
Comp ass. Is there any like, I don't know, is there any like Yu-Gi-Oh episodes or like anything from the Yu-Gi-Oh sphere that you prefer, like you liked over another, or is there you had a favorite episode or anything like that?
I don't know about like favorite episodes. It's just been so long since I've watched the show that it's really hard to remember much from them. I always liked one of the last movies they did when they had all the main protagonists like do a crossover.
Okay, yeah.
That was always really fun. It was just weird seeing them all like interact with each other.
Bonds Beyond Time.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. I always appreciated that the movies even came with cards too.
Oh yeah.
They're pretty consistent that all Yu-Gi-Oh merchandising always came with a card or two at least. It was a pretty cool thing. But I don't know. Yeah, I always wanted to sit down and like rewatch the Yu-Gi-Oh show again just so I can refamiliarize myself with the show. But yeah, I don't know. I also just wanted to sit down and rewatch like old Yu-Gi-Oh, like the original show.
Yeah.
I've seen like bits and pieces of it, but never got to see much of Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero or anything like that.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
The real weird stuff.
Yeah, that shit's weird. I've only ever seen like clips and bits and pieces of it, but oof, strange. Yeah, I was mostly only ever into playing like the card game or the original series with Yugi Moto and all of them.
Okay.
Joey and all those guys.
Joey. Hey, Yug.
My sister's blind.
My sister's blind. I need the money for her operation. I don't know why I have this accent, even though I live in Japan.
Yeah, that is very strange. The accent choices they gave those characters is very strange.
It's so funny. It's so funny. I love it though.
Is the DVD releases, are those like the 4Kids dubs, or do they actually have like the original versions? Are those even available to watch with dubs? Or is it just the subs?
I'm trying to remember. I think they have both on there.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, because if I'm gonna watch it, I'd rather just watch like the original versions.
Yeah.
That are uncensored.
Let's do this. Yeah. Yeah, I think they have both. If I remember correctly. Oh, nice. Look at that. Oh yeah. Way up there. It is also it's oh man, something about that the Yu-Gi-Oh! The first season when they're in Duelist Kingdom or whatever. Some of the bullshit ways that Yu-Gi fucking wins duels, man.
It kind of cheats.
It's so funny. But that's also like I give it a pass though because I'm looking back on it and like they didn't even know what they wanted Yu-Gi-Oh! To be. Because they didn't even know what they were like, we're just going to go with because people really like the card thing, so we're going to kind of roll with the card thing.
Yeah.
So they didn't even know what they wanted the rules to be at the time.
Yeah, they bend a lot of rules to make some of those episodes work. There's also just some like enemies that don't actually do the attacks that are based on the cards.
Yeah. It's so good. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
It's madness.
Oh, man. Freaking the one episode where Yugi's battling Mako. And he's got all of his water monsters out, and he's made the field completely water except for this one little patch of land.
Oh yeah,
or whatever.
So stupid.
And so he destroys the moon.
I do remember this. Yes, yes.
It wipes out the sea because it recedes.
Yes.
And then destroys his whole thing. And that's how Yu-Gi wins.
It's the dumbest shit.
I love it so much. Oh, I live for that shit.
Somehow, like...
Oh,
even if they don't have trap cards and stuff, like somehow people are able to like overlap turns.
Yep.
Like they're just able to just like draw random shit. It's like, hold on, Kaiba, I'm gonna pull out some random bullshit, even though that's not how the game works.
Oh.
Because what the hell? Who takes turns in the TV show? Nobody does.
Oh,
you just do whatever you want. It's the Wild West.
What is the one episode when Yugi duels a Panic, one of Pegasus's enforcers or whatever, and the guy's got a button that can like set flamethrowers on Yugi or whatever. Fucking insane. And the way Yugi wins is that Panic traps all of his monsters underneath the Castle of Dark Illusions, and he shoots Gaia, the Dragon Champion, at the Castle of Dark Illusions and breaks its flotation device.
Stupid.
Which, because of the Swords of Revealing Light that he had on the field, was keeping it up, but as soon as it expired, it just came crashing down on all of his monsters and he lost. It's like, oh
that's not how that card works.
No, that's not how it works at all. But
it's the dumbest shit.
It works so well.
It's funny.
Oh,
they were trying.
And I think that was the biggest thing too, is that the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh was he was holding on with season 1.
Yeah.
He was still holding on to the fact that he was trying to make this like unique like game experience and really try to like have it cater to like a lot of different things. He wasn't totally sold on the card game.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really until like the end, once they got to Battle City in season 2, that's when you can clearly see like
he got his shit together. He's like, all right, we got to figure this shit out.
Yeah, we're just going with the cards. Like this, it's what sells right now, and you know what, we just got to go with it. So
yeah, it is funny how that worked out.
Yeah, we'll just do this, and then we'll do this.
He didn't make the card game, right? He just did the show.
No,
like he didn't like, he wasn't the one that was like setting the rules for each of the cards and like.
No, I don't. Yeah, he was the manga.
Because that was
creator.
mostly Konami that was doing that.
Yeah. No, yeah, he was just doing the manga and anime.
It's very interesting that like a piece of merchandise influenced like the creator's like direction for the series.
Right.
It's like it's like one of the few times that you can actually like say that has happened.
That's true.
In any medium.
Mm-hmm. That stinks.
Like I bet you could say like, oh, this toy sold really well, so we should probably start using this character more. Like I can't tell you how many people bought fucking Broly toys, and enough that Toriyama was like, okay, we should make this motherfucker canon.
Yeah.
Because people just like that character so much.
Yeah, people love Broly. Broly.
But Super Saiyan 4, that's some non-canon bullshit.
Yeah,
we're keeping that far away.
We can't have him reverting back to monkeys. What are we doing?
We're making his hair blue.
And then there's Super Saiyan Rose. Now he's a fine wine.
Yeah. I still think they should do more with the monkey shit.
Yeah.
They need to bring it back. They didn't do it. They didn't do dick with it after Dragon Ball Z. They the Super Saiyan 4 is kind of them dipping their toes back into it, but they don't do anything with the monkeys after Dragon Ball Z. It's really just the beginning like seasons of Dragon Ball Z. After that, doesn't even exist.
Doesn't exist. Yeah, once they get to like androids and stuff like that, they don't care.
Yeah, nope. What the fuck's a great ape?
Because you wouldn't even know that, because once the only reason that you even think about the whole monkey thing is because Frieza keeps calling Kakarot frickin' monkey.
Yeah.
The whole time.
And it's weird because like the rules for how it works is kind of bullshit. Because like in the original one, whenever they would cut off Goku's tail, that shit would just grow back.
Yeah.
But then at some point, they're just like, okay, the tails just don't grow back anymore. Once you cut them off, they're gone for good. It's like, what? Wait, hold on a minute. How does that work?
I gotta get some movement going. There we go. But yeah, I don't know. It is it's very interesting to see some of the choices that the creators make after being influenced by like the external forces that be.
Yeah.
You know, that being the fans.
Yeah.
Because once the fans like really lean into something, they're like, "Oh, we love this." They're like, "Well, we got to do it." Like,
yeah, I mean, you know,
oh, that sucks.
at the end of the day, you got to put food on your table, and if that's the thing that's going to get people to allow you to make more of this thing, then
Right.
go for it. Why not? Give yourself some money. I'm sure he probably got paid for the cards and stuff too.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Is probably couldn't have made the thing without
So,
him. So.
I'm sure they took care of him in the end.
How did he?
Yeah, he moved up pretty quick. He bypassed all your guys.
Yeah, how did he bypass you? Huh? How did that happen?
Yeah, he was quick. I think he just had a lot of movements.
I didn't think he could just move by creatures, though. I thought he would have to attack the baby dragon. That's weird.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That wasn't good. And I'm just not getting my movement crest, so.
Is this it?
Well, I got that, but
You only got level 1s.
yeah. Yeah, he's got 20 defense. He's just going to block. I'm going to assume that he's got... Yeah. Didn't quite make it.
Bummer.
Oh, well.
Calm turn.
Yeah, we had a good run.
Yeah, it was a good run.
Yeah, we got some good monsters at least and stuff, so.
Die, master.
Die, master. Yep.
Lose.
The way you take to losing is wonderfully pathetic.
Wow, what a
thanks.
dick.
And that's it.
Man.
There it is. So
Well, that's Dungeon Dice Monsters.
that's Dungeon Dice Monsters.
This is a neat little collection they got going on. It's cool. I hope they do more of these.
I hope so too. I hope they have the older game, the PS1 and PS2 games and stuff like that in the collection.
Yeah,
So
I'd like to
that'd
see
be
the
nice.
console ones come into a collection at some point, or even like add the DS ones.
Yeah, that'd be good too. Yeah, especially some of the older the world.
That's the board game. Yeah,
yeah, this one doesn't.
that's the one that I played. Was Championship 2004. I played a lot of this one.
The Championship 2000, and I want to say it's 7 and 8
Mm-hmm.
that were on DS. Those ones are just hard to find now.
Yeah,
So like, I'd really love for them to put a port out for those to play those, because those ones are really good. The World Championship ones, they really knew what they were doing for those ones.
Yeah, it's a
And
cool
they're
series.
just a lot of fun. So, hmm
Mm.
but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. If you want me to play more Yu-Gi-Oh, just let me know, because I like playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. Maybe one
and
day
we-
we'll give Forbidden Memories another shot.
Yeah, there's obviously plenty of other Yu-Gi-Oh games for us to play out there as well. So if there's another Yu-Gi-Oh game you want us to play or whatever, just let us know, even if it's part of this collection. And yeah, we'll see you next time.